So this week I was reflecting on a portion of my educational journey when I first began and was being trained to be an educator. And this would be before I would go on to teach as a professor in higher education, as well as before going off into the K-12 world as a teacher later on. One of the things that, or the metaphors that I oftentimes heard was the notion that, as instructors, as educators, we had this bottomless cup of knowledge or energy, frankly. And what we were going to do is we were going to go around to individual students, that we were going to be taking our knowledge and we were going to pour in that knowledge into these students who had these gaps, right? Who did not have the knowledge that needed to be acquired at the point in time. And at that time, a few decades ago, I voiced my displeasure with that because one, I found it to be a bit disrespectful to our students. And two, I think it really omitted the fact that sometimes students come to us with these rich experiences and a diversity of opinions and ideas in terms of how they can come to creative solutions to face emergent issues, right? Not only personal, but also educational. And I've always been fond of saying that, that we always expect the best of each other, right? So my expectation when students come to me is that they don't have zero knowledge, or they have the lowest base knowledge in my content area, but they do have some skills and abilities that if I can nurture and if I can assist them in applying it to maybe some of the studies that are new to them, I can actually help them to recognize that they have those skills. They have those abilities to be able to solve whatever has to be done. So my challenge to you and to myself always, some of you may think this is actually for you, but it's probably in many cases more times for me than anyone else, as a good reminder, is that when students come to us, we recognize that they have treasures, right? They have knowledge, they have skills, they have abilities already. And what this is about when they interact with me as an educator, or you as an administrator, or another faculty member, is that we recognize what treasures they already have in their back pockets, right? What items do they have that we can help them use? Because frankly, I oftentimes would say when I had when I was teaching Calc 2, is, if I'm not in class and I'm not around to assist my students, I would always say, well, if it's 10:30 at night and you've got a question or a problem, don't pause and say, well, I'm going to wait until I meet with Paul next. That's not going to help you. Look back at what you know. Look back at the skills that you've developed. Look back at the aptitudes and the abilities that you've brought to the table, and you give it your best shot. And I oftentimes think folks are surprised how much that they have already learned and earned over time. So let's expect the best of our students. Let's continue to recognize that they come to us full of these treasures, right? These educational treasures, that it's simply our job as educators to mold, to direct, to help them to move that needle forward. No longer are we pouring ourselves into the gaps of students, but frankly, we're assisting them in taking their skills and abilities to the next level. So go Bruins, go Bales. Oh, I got to add one today. Go Syracuse. It's March Madness after all. And God bless. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Take care.